Fine. Go.
Good evening, morning, afternoon, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Welcome to a special episode of the Halted Production Show. My name's Donnie. With me, as always, is Austin. How you doing today, Austin?
I am doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great, and you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and do this real quick. I'm opening up a beer for this episode.
What kind of beer are we drinking today?
Today we are having a
What is it?
Cigar City Oktoberfest.
I like Cigar City.
Local Florida brewery with their Oktoberfest beer. Oh, I love Oktoberfest beers.
You should come up to the mountains of Helen in Georgia. One of the best Oktoberfests in the state.
We'll have to do something soon. But
What
you know what I want to do today?
What are we doing today?
Uh, I want to piss some people off.
All right.
This
I'm always game.
this very special episode of the Halt Production Show. I don't know if we want to call it episode 11 or if we want to just label it a special episode.
I'm thinking episode 11.
Okay, all right. I've got 5 cars that I absolutely hate.
And I've
That
got
I
4
wish would
cars.
fall off the face of the earth.
So, guys, here's what we've done. Both of us have gone out. Our task was to pick 3 cars and an extra. 3 cars and an alternate that we wish were dead. Because, the point of this podcast is to talk about cars we wish that are out of production, the Halted Production Show. We're talking about cars that we wish the companies would halt production on.
And not because we want to talk about them, just because we're tired of seeing them.
We're tired of seeing them. We hate them. Or
We hate
any
the
other
owners.
reason.
It's ridiculous.
Any other reason you see them and you're just like, just the blood boils inside, the anger rises, and you're just like, you know what? Ah,
These are cars that when you see them in traffic, you want to run them off the road.
yeah. I'm looking at mine, and yeah. All right, Donnie, I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you
Okay.
start off.
All right. I'm starting off. I'm going big right off the bat here. I hate the Honda Ridgeline.
That's
It's
one of
n-
mine. That
it's
is one of
not
mine.
a pickup truck.
It's
by
not.
any means. GM did it better with the GMC Envoy XUV with the collapsible roof and the 3.5-foot bed. That's all the Honda Ridgeline is. It's a Pilot with the little back end of it open.
So
GM did it better. I need Ridgeline owners to quit thinking that it's a truck. I actually saw somebody at Home Depot put an entire pallet of mulch in the back of their Ridgeline.
do you know what the
It was
payload on the Ridgeline is?
It was comically lifted up in the front.
Do you know what the payload on a Ridgeline is? And I only
Isn't
know
it like
this.
750 pounds?
No, it's 1,400 to 1,500 pounds. But if you look at, and that's for the brand new ones. That's for the 2019s.
Yeah.
If you look at the GMC Canyon, it's actually the Canyon's right around it. So it's not terrible. It's not as bad as I thought it was.
Yeah, the thing with the Honda Ridgeline is it's for people who want a truck but don't want a truck. Whereas we have the people that buy the F-150 Platinums and the High Country Silverados and the Ram Limiteds that really could get away with a Tahoe or a Suburban or a Durango,
Yeah.
but yet they want a truck because they have to carry, that one planter of flowers home from Home Depot once a year. These people are the exact opposite. These people need a truck but don't want a truck.
They want the Japanese reliability,
Yeah,
but they don't
you
want to
want
buy it.
Japanese reliability. You want okay power with a V6 and all-wheel drive, but yet you don't want to be seen driving a pickup truck.
You don't want to get a Tacoma is the problem.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you buy a Ridgeline, you're dumb. You should have bought a Tacoma.
If you buy any mid-sized truck that's not a Tacoma, you should have bought a Tacoma. With that being said, I would buy a Frontier.
Okay, you're dumb.
The only reason I would buy a Frontier, it would have to be within 3 years old, have the crew cab the big 4-door version, have the V6 and a 5-speed manual.
And it would have to be a long bed.
I don't care about that. I have a long bed for my truck.
The thing about the Ridgeline that gets me is people buy them and use them as trucks. You could save money and buy a Tacoma and have a better truck. But there is one truck, personal opinion, that is better than the Tacoma.
What are we talking?
The the Colorado
With the diesel?
with the diesel.
Maybe.
That's
I think long-term reliability, we're looking at still the Tacoma wins.
I don't disagree with you, but we're talking about a Duramax and an Allison transmission. That's not going to break down.
No, but every other part in it will.
It's going to rattle. You're going to have the plastic failures, but the new Colorados are actually decent inside. A lot of things are soft touch. A lot of things are very upscale compared to the previous generation Colorado. But the previous generation Colorado was a truck to be used as a truck.
So basically what we're getting at is if you bought a Honda Ridgeline, you're wrong. You're wrong as a person, you're wrong in your car choice, and you are just wrong in the eyes of the Lord.
Please do us a favor and hurl your Ridgeline into a volcano.
And go buy a
do
Tacoma.
And once you hurl the Ridgeline into a volcano, please follow it in.
All right, so that took one of mine. Because that Honda Ridgeline was also one of mine. So I'm going to jump on my second pick, which is a subcompact car made by a Japanese company.
Okay.
The Mitsubishi Mirage.
Oh my god, I absolutely hate these.
There's no reason to buy one. They're so cheap, but they're not even the cheapest MSRP car on sale right now. That goes to the Nissan Versa.
Yeah, the Mitsubishi Mirage is an answer to a question that no one asked.
But yet you go to any bad part of town, you see 12 of them.
Yeah, because you can get them after rebates for $9,000. And Mitsubishi, the scale is if you can't get financed at Kia, you go to Nissan. If you can't get financed at Nissan, you go to Mitsubishi, and Mitsubishi will finance you.
Mitsubishi's like, a person in my showroom?
If you can breathe, if you can write your name, and if you have $2 in your pocket, Mitsubishi will finance you. And you know what I don't understand?
I've honestly thought about going into a Mitsubishi dealership, seeing the lowest payment I can get, and walking out with a car, making a YouTube video. I bought the worst car in the country.
You know what? I think this is a good idea. That needs to happen. We need to do it. But
that can be the official Halted production show car.
And we'll go run Lemons rallies with it. We'll aim to put 1 million miles on this car.
How much did you spend on it? Nothing. We haven't made a payment, but it's too cheap for the repo man to come after.
Yeah. It's like, what's your payment? $37 a month?
Sometimes we want to get frisky and put 40 in.
So here's the thing, and the Mitsubishi Mirage is the love of another friend of ours who podcasts. And I'm not going to throw this individual under the bus.
Yeah, Ike, we're not going to throw you under the bus.
Ike, we're not going to throw you under the bus here. We're not going to say anything negative about you.
And the fact that you like a trash car.
Yeah, I mean, come on. You're better than this. I mean, you drive a Fiesta ST, but you're better than that too. So
don't trash the Fiesta ST. I'd buy one. We do expect more from you. We expect more from you as a person and a podcaster.
We love you and we're worried about you.
we need to have
an intervention.
Yes.
All right.
It's like Alcoholics Anonymous, but we need to have like a shitty car anonymous.
We need to have a Mitsubishi Owners Anonymous. Because if you own anything that isn't a DSM, an Evo, or
An Eclipse.
the DSM is the Eclipse.
I don't know.
The Eclipse, Eagle Talon, Plymouth Laser. If you don't have an Evo 9 or 10, or, and I'm going back on this one, if you don't have a Mitsubishi Starion, then we need to sit down and have a talk. Because no, your regular Lancer is not a race car.
Well, let's talk about your next one, because I think we can all agree that the Mirage is trash.
Oh, yeah.
Ike is trash for liking it. We love you. And
Everyone makes bad decisions.
said somebody who's going to donk out whatever
Yes,
Caprice
yes,
or
I
whatever.
did just buy a 1996 Caprice that I will be making into a donk.
We're going to talk
Anyway,
about that another day. Let's jump onto your next one.
speaking of bad decisions, do you know what the people across from me have done 3 times since I've lived in this house?
What?
They've bought Kia Souls. They have 3 Kia Souls and a Honda Element in their driveway.
Are we sure they're people?
They're people. I've seen them. They at least look like people. But
Do
I
you
don't
remember that
understand.
show that Gordon Joseph Levitt was in where they were like,
Third Rock from the Sun.
yeah, that
They
one.
were aliens disguised as humans.
I think that's them.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me. They seem a little off. But you're buying a compact hatchback that was sold to you by a hamster.
With reliability issues.
You bought a car that's the door panels have fallen off. You know, they have fire issues, they have leaking issues, they have issues where half of the electronics in the car won't work randomly.
All right, so
But yet people love these things because they're $14,000. You can't buy a Scion XB anymore, which I'm very upset about.
we know.
And honestly, they're just ugly as hell.
They're so ugly. My parents
I'd
were
rather
going to buy...
I'd rather look at you for an extended period of time than a Kia Soul.
Which is saying something.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to jump back to the Mirage real quick because I just noticed something. They were called the Mitsubishi Space Star in Europe and Singapore.
Anybody that should have bought one should have been hurled into space.
You're a star.
So what's your final word on the Kia Soul?
Terrible car, sold to you by hamsters and LMFAO.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would buy one, let alone 3. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, we made one bad decision. Let's make 2 more.
That's why your parents tried again with your sister.
I was a miracle baby. So my next car is quite possibly the most polarizing out of everything we've mentioned.
Okay.
The Tesla Model S.
Oh my God. You were going to sit here and hate on a Tesla in front of me?
Yes.
I'm perfectly fine with it, but you're
Okay.
going to do that?
Yes. The fact that Elon Musk has the audacity to put a car on the road that doesn't have a gas engine just befuddles me. It infuriates me.
Yeah, you can go 410 miles, but what happens if there's a natural disaster, say like a hurricane, and you're trying to evacuate?
Well,
Last year, that happened here in Florida. I remember seeing news stories of Tesla owners that were very upset because their cars shut down on them on the highway.
I mean, to be fair, any Dodge would have done the same.
My truck has absolutely no reliability issues whatsoever.
Keep telling yourself that. It's just not a very... I have no real reason to hate this car. I have no reason at all. I just don't like it. I see it, and it makes my blood boil.
I have no reason to hate it, but I have no reason to think that it's a good car.
I mean, there's the Tesla fanboys that will always love it forever and ever and never think anything Elon Musk can do is wrong. But Elon, the only thing you've ever done right is stepping down as CEO and selling a flamethrower.
It's not a flamethrower.
I know.
Which, thank you, by the way, for that. We appreciate it.
Did you buy one?
Maybe.
Really?
You a cop? I don't have to answer that.
Really? Did you buy one?
You a cop? I don't have to answer that. So, but yeah, I mean, you were talking about the fanboys. I have a friend that has a Model S. It's a P100D. And he bought his wife a Model X. And he just took delivery of his Model 3. He has all three of them.
Why are you friends with this monster?
The only thing he doesn't have is a Roadster.
Why are you friends with this monster?
We're all friends with that one person who makes terrible decisions, and you just want to see how they play out.
You.
I know I'm that person for a lot of people.
I'm that person for a lot of people.
I think we're that person for each other.
It's like, you bought a 1961 Lincoln? Why?
So you guys can't see this right now. I'm doing heart hands at Austin right now.
Love you. Like, Donnie, you texted me the other day, and I thought you were mad, and you're like, no, I'm not mad. I still love you.
But yeah, I completely agree. There's nothing. I mean, launching the car into space, that was pretty cool.
But it wasn't.
Whether or not there's a body in the suit, you know.
Rumor has it that it was the real Elon Musk, and a lizard person took his place.
I mean, I believe that.
All right, what's your next one?
This beer is fantastic.
Hey,
so
your beard is weird. Somebody grab me some clippers.
Easy there. We're not gonna. We don't need Eminem to put out a diss track on us, okay?
Somebody grab me some clippers. This fucking beard is weird.
So, I, for a while, lived in the very affluent portion of Orlando known as Windermere.
Oh.
And I went to high school there. And I saw this car, more times than not, being driven by the very spoiled daughter of an attorney or a doctor.
Every one of these
properly.
Every one of these girls said no to him for prom.
It wasn't parked properly. My girlfriend, senior year of high school, actually drove a Civic Hybrid. So,
what was his name?
Her name was Hannah. Anyway.
That's a palindrome.
Just like race car. None of these cars were parked properly. None of these cars used turn signals. None of these cars.
Is it BMW?
In great shape. It is a BMW.
The turn signal thing got me.
Yeah, it's a BMW X3. And even today, you see one of two people driving them. You see the people that bought them used at a buy here, pay here lot who think they're hot shit because they're in a BMW SUV. Or you see the spoiled children and the housewives
still driving
the
them.
Attorneys and doctors driving these things.
Yeah.
No one in between has them.
No, there's not a single person in between that has them.
No. I looked at an X5 because I'm an actual person, and I would have purchased debatable. But I would have purchased that as my daily driver. Thankfully, I didn't because I have a thing with buying vehicles.
I'm a person, so I didn't.
Yeah. Thankfully, I have one of those brain things. But I mean, even if I see them on the highway, the driver's never paying attention. They're on their phone. They're eating. They're doing makeup. And that's just you when you're driving one down the highway. But
I have a problem with the BMW, the 2 Series that they have now. Have you seen them?
Oh yeah.
God, they're terrible.
Yeah, the little BMW trying to out Miata Mazda but failing at it miserably.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's absolutely pointless that that car exists.
It is, but you see them all over Atlanta.
Yeah, and they're down here too. And they're driven by the same group of people that buy X3s or
Yep.
get X3s.
Yep.
What's your next one?
My next and last car is the Fiat 500X/L.
Oh, it
So
looks
bad.
like we took a 500 and we attached an air compressor to it, and
And
it
just
got
forgot to
blown
turn
up.
it off.
It got blown up in like a very cartoony way.
Yeah. They're just so bad. I mean, I don't even know where to start on these. The
I mean, do you want to start with the fact that they're produced by Jeep? Do you want to start with the fact that they're, um,
they're
you
actually
know,
built in, well, at least the Fiat 500 Ls were built in the same factory that the Yugo was built.
so it has one redeeming factor?
Or a bad omen.
Yeah. Well, why not both? ¿Por qué
Uh,
no las dos?
So the car that was going to be on my list with this was the Jeep Renegade, and I didn't because it's the same car.
You know, I actually don't mind the Jeep Renegade.
Go to hell.
The Renegade to me
Go jump off a cliff.
is, I'm not defending it. I don't mind it.
Go take your new Caprice and drive it into the ocean.
The Renegade is like the new take on the subcompact city four-door hatchback that was the the Jeep Renegade is better than the Kia Soul. We can agree on that.
I hope a tree falls on you.
And I don't see a problem with it, but I would never own it. And I actually absolutely find it hysterical when people buy the Daystar 2-inch leveling kits or 2-inch lift kits, the cups that go on the top hats of the struts, and put 26-inch all-terrain tires on it.
Like,
and
yeah,
think that
boys,
it's
we're
an
going
off-road vehicle.
we're going mudding in our Jeep Renegade. Oh shit, it got wet. Now we have electrical problems.
Yeah, if you're buying a Jeep Renegade, do the world a favor. Take the 20 grand that you're spending, buy a used Wrangler.
Mm-hmm.
That's the better way to do it. If you're buying a Fiat 500L or a 500X, take the 15 to 20 grand that you're spending on this car and
Buy anything else.
go buy 20 Geo Metros and you'll have a better time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you'll have 10 grand left over. No, you can get the same enjoyment out of driving I'm going to say second generation Scion XB or a Toyota Matrix or
You have a weird fascination with the XBs.
I used to work for the company and I marketed those things for years.
Well, we need to do an episode on them.
We will. We'll get to that eventually.
I need to buy one just so I have one and you don't.
I almost bought one like a month and a half ago. It was $500 on Craigslist.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I wanted to just show up at your house with it and go, I bought a thing.
You do that anyways.
You act like I've brought numerous
If I lived
to your house.
if I lived within 4 hours, you would. You take a Saturday. I bought a thing. They'd be like, you're an idiot.
But yeah, the Fiat, you're buying it so that you can hold. If you're over 21 and you're buying a Fiat 500 that isn't in a Barth, you're dumb, and you're trying to hold on to what little bit of childhood you have left. If you're over 30 and you're buying a Fiat 500X or L, Don't reproduce, please. We don't need you on our team anymore.
What's your next one, Donnie? That was a good way to end off.
So I've got two different cars, but I hate them both because they're always stanced, they're always plasti dipped. The owners vape their dicks off.
Is it
It's
Infinity?
no, it's not an Infinity.
Oh.
They're always hard parked. They're Instagram celebrities because I just took the plasti dip off my hood and now my car's lime green with a bright red hood on it. Ooh.
A Subi?
One is a Subaru WRX. Can you guess the other one?
Toyota?
Nope.
What?
Right part of the world, wrong country.
Oh, something German. Or
No.
not German, Japanese.
No.
Korean?
Yep.
What are we looking at?
The Hyundai Veloster.
Oh my god, I should have gotten that one. Oh my god, that's terrible. I hate Velosters.
More often than not. Now my buddy Mike has one, and I loaned him my truck a couple weeks ago, and I had his Veloster for the weekend. He has the turbo. It's got a tune on it.
Was it like the 1.8 liter turbo or something?
Yeah, it's lowered. His car is not stanced at all. His car is purpose built to.
But does he even own a Veloster? It's not
If it's not
stanced.
stanced, it's not a Veloster. You're right.
So I go to this meet called the Boosted Mafia meet, and it's a car
Oh my
meet.
God.
And I take my Lexus to it.
Of course you do, because it's stanced.
It's not stanced, actually.
Hey, Austin, if you see a leaf on the ground, are you going to rub over that leaf?
It will wreck my whole car.
Your Lexus is stanced.
I
You can thank Freddie for ruining that car for you. It's okay. We love you, Freddie, but
So I'll take that car to the meet every now and again when I'm not never going to be off on another Friday, but I take it on Friday nights, and it's a boosted mafia meet, so the cars are supposed to be boosted. These people with the Hyundais, the factory turbos, come in, yo man, my car's got the turbo and it's boosted, and yeah man, you should hear the blow off. Psh. And I'm like, first off, it's a Veloster. Second off, no, just stop. All right, so I saw a Jeep Renegade, the only one I've ever liked. I saw a Jeep
and it was
Renegade.
stanced.
No, twin turbo. They put a turbo kit on it.
Come again for Big Fudge?
I was impressed. I'll say that.
So, and the same reason that I have with the same reason of hatred that I have with the Veloster is why I hate the WRX. WRXs are meant to go fast in dirt, the same as the Evo 10. Those cars are not for racetracks, they're for rally. Mitsubishi, thankfully, killed the Evo 10 right at the start of the stance culture.
Uh-huh.
I cannot explain to you the number of WRXs that are on Craigslist that are ruined because they're on the cheapest eBay coilovers, 20-inch wheels with a 195/30 20 tire stretched like a damn rubber band across that thing. I want to castrate the owners that have done that to the car, because that car was better than that.
So I just put in WRX from $500 to $1,500. There's nothing. Trent.
No,
No.
you're not going to find anything for that cheap. I'm talking but newer ones.
I know. I was trying to find like an early 2000s. But all
Like
we
a
got.
Bug Eye.
Yeah. That's what I was trying to find.
I really love the Bug Eye sedans. So the WRXs are a weird car for me. I like the sedans. I'm not really a big fan of the wagons. And I love wagons. I think I'm broken.
You're broken. You're broken. Did I mention you're broken?
I can't explain why I would rather have the sedan to the wagon. I can't do it.
All right, I found an '07 Subi wagon that's dumb. I'm trying to find something within that price. No, there's nothing. Oh, I found a thing. I found a thing we should get.
Uh-oh. Is it a 1996 Chevrolet Caprice?
It's a 1998 Subaru Legacy GT. Wagon.
Sedan or wagon?
Wagon.
Okay. I have one.
900.
I have one. And if you've seen my latest VinWiki car stories about my
Five-speed
Lemons
manual.
ralliness,
5-speed manual. And $972.
that is an oddly specific price.
You know how Facebook has the it automatically lowers the price for you? That's what they did. They started high, and then they was like, how about you lower the price to this? I'd buy this, and
I wonder
I'd drive
if we could
this.
get that for like $700 or $800.
I'm asking them for details, and I'm sharing it
Sharing
with you.
that with me right now.
Yep.
Yeah. This is, ladies and gentlemen, you might be witnessing the first ever car bought for the Halted Production Show on the Halted Production Show.
And we might have to start making YouTube videos of this.
Well, I feel like I've done enough with the red line that, and we'll get to that in the next episode, but I think that needs to be an episode. You know, you've done enough with your Yugo on your YouTube channel that
The Serbians,
anyone that
the Serbians always want to see more Yugo.
anyone that has, worn a tracksuit for more than a week at a time has seen. He's Yugo. He's a good card, no?
Yugo, good car. No, it's not. Fuck you.
But yeah, I think we have to start incorporating some at least pictures, if not videos, into these. I think we've had that suggestion before.
You have to start helping with the editing, because I just don't have the time.
I'm the
for
head
that.
of the marketing department. You are in charge of all editing, sir.
The editing takes so much longer than marketing. Especially
Maybe you should have
doing that.
negotiated that when we came up with this.
It was my idea.
Then don't complain about it.
I will just continue, as the one person said, this is a podcast. we can do it with. I'm okay with both of our faces, getting a camera and filming it. That would be easier.
Yeah, because then you just have to sync up 2 videos.
Yep, sync up 2 videos and the audio, and then we're good.
Yeah, but then you can't sit there and deep throat your microphone anymore.
Don't judge me.
I'm not judging, just stating facts for those that can't see us. So Austin, where do you think we are now? Do you feel a little bit better that we've been able to get that kind of out of our systems?
I feel better. So let me just recap. Tesla Model S is trash. If you buy Mitsubishi Mirage, you're stupid. The Fiat 500X is just a shit basket and on fire. And the Ridgeline is not a real truck.
Yeah, the Ridgeline is definitely not a real truck. If you buy a BMW X3, I'm going to question whether or not you're a drug dealer. And if you have a BMW X3 given to you, I instantly think that you're just very self-centered and have no idea how to drive. If you purchase a Kia Soul, please leave the planet. And if you stance a Veloster or a WRX, we hate you. We hope you stub your toe on every piece of furniture that you own from now until the end of time. And honestly, I hope you always have the feeling that you need to sneeze, but you never get the release of actually sneezing.
And on that bombshell, I think it's time to end. My name is Austin. That's Donnie. And that was episode 11 of the Halted Production Show. You can find us on YouTube, the Podomatic website, and on, iTunes, podcasts, the Google Play Store, and hopefully by the time this comes out, on Spotify.
Yeah, any place that you would find things that you enjoy, we're there. We know you don't enjoy us. We're cool with it.
If you want to reach out to us for any suggestions or hate mail, you can go ahead and email us at the Halted Production Show at gmail.com. If you want to reach us on Twitter, the show's podcast is Halted Prod Show. Donnie's is DM Petruniak.
Yep.
I got it right.
You can't spell it, but you got it right.
I don't even want to try. And then mine
That's
is
all right.
Austin's Garage YT.
That's okay. If you go to the show's Twitter page, if you read the description, mine and yours are both there.
Awesome. And with that, I think it's time to head out. Everyone have a great night, morning, evening. I hope you enjoyed it.
We love you. Thank you.
I don't.